Hi everyone, I'm very happy to be here and to join you. It's always an honor for me to be connecting with you and to bringing, these open conversations. And this is what this video is all about today. Is about allowing ourselves to start to have conversations that are not held, that we don't allow ourselves, we don't give ourselves permission to have in our everyday life. So I'm going to keep this video short today because I've got a friend picking me up. And I'll be going more to the sacred land of the Maori tribe over here in New Zealand and Auckland. So, and this is obviously part of, the kind of, just to connect more with what I'm bringing forward to you. So the question today, ladies, is how safe do you feel every day? Now, this is a question that I've decided to bring forward because it was through my own search and it was through my own, journey of getting lost and, depressed and living in isolation and, with anxiety, that it helped me to really see the two sides of the mirror, two sides of the spectrum. So in the instance where fear does live and exist and it feels very real in our body, and then on the retrospect, like on the other side, which is healing and well-being and where well-being stands. I want to. I'm not sure whether I'm phrasing this properly, but what I'm getting to is inviting you to have a look at fear and then to have a look at what is on the other side of fear and what are the roots of fear. What is fear tied to? So what are the roots of fear and what are the roots of progress, of light? Not maybe progress is not the right word. What are the roots of well-being? Okay. And I want to invite you today and open this conversation about how, about opening the pathway of inviting you to explore the roots of well-being, how can we plant the roots to well-being. And the recent experience that I had when I visited the Moriah, and I shared that in the group because if you've been following the posts, I've been sharing my first visit that I had at the Moriah was literally guided to go there, and the connection that I felt with the tribe and with the art and with the ancestry, which was so present there, with the spirit and it was actually run by, it was the woman's father that had started to build this Moriah, which is the sacred land of the Maoris, and there's many around the area in New Zealand. So the feeling that I got is was very brought me back to my roots. It was very grounding, and this is where I'm coming in with the discussion, the topic on the question that I pose here is how safe I felt. Very safe. And Maori is not maybe it was in the past life, but Maori is not my immediate sort of influence. And the level of safety that I felt and connectedness, it was really like the connection, which is what is so missing in today's life. Like even with entrepreneurs, like everybody, and I'm one of them, these entrepreneurs that are trying to make it online, that, work and serve people that are making it online. There is so much that is not exposed, right, in front of everybody, right, through the material that we share. Some people are honest, other people are not very honest, but it's just a reflection of where they're at in their own journey. But where I'm getting to is the level of safety. How safe are we feeling when we wake up in the morning? How safe are we feeling when we wake up in the morning with that level of anxiety of knowing and thinking that we don't have enough cash, that we don't have enough clients, we don't have enough this, we don't have enough that, that is coming through for us to live in reverence of our health, right? So what I experienced after the marae was a deeper sense of grounding. It was a deeper sense of belonging. It was a deeper sense of strength, right, and connection. And And you know, the more I tune into this, and the more I've been sort of, yeah, tuning into this energy and understanding what is, you know, going on, what is happening as well. It is most definitely connected to the, you know, feminine rising, right? So I don't want to get lost in this topic because it's really big and it can start many conversations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a lot of this for the interview whenever on the day next Thursday. So when I have the interview with Kate Ulich, I think it's going to be very relevant to bring. It's going to be a very relevant, you know, sort of platform to and day to bring it forward and to open a discussion with her. But going back to the question that I asked, how safe do you feel every day? I really invite you to ask yourself this question, and how safe you feel, and if you tie that to fear or if you tie that to well-being. Where are the roots of fear and where are the roots of well-being? Now, we find the answers through the language that we use, and you know that I work as a linguist. I'm a bridge of communication between a number of cultures and language barriers, right, between these three distinctive cultures. So I don't only do that, but I'm also like a bridge between the spiritual realm and the earthly realm, where I bring through, you know, Egyptian wisdom. And I repeat this, and I've said this many times. You might think, you know, how do you do that? And, you know, how do you teach that to us? How can we learn it? So everything that comes through language, through what I write, and is directly linked to ancient wisdom, and also, you know, the language sort of side that I bring forward through, you know, Italian and mantras. I just want to remind you that these mantras come forward through breakthroughs and through awakenings that I have, and that a lot of, you know, the women that I work with have as well. So it all works in vibration, and language is a vibration. Language is a vibration. The language that we use every day, the language that was created before our ancestors, you know, before us, that has a vibration. Hi, Yvonne. So lovely to see you. How are you? And where are you tuning in from, love? So language is a vibration, and I want to, you know, I feel that I want to invite you to take part of this dimension where you are completely, and if you really tune into my writing, you will pick it up. So I really want to invite you to be part of this dimension that is not third dimension. And the leeway, or the gateway, there's a gateway to reaching the fifth dimension. That is the dimension of well-being, of connection, of love. But you can do that only when you... Oh, my phone. Just 1 second, sorry. Hey, Jax. I'm coming up now. Yo. No, wait. I'm still stuck at traffic. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's all right. Awesome. Just message me. Bye. I'm so sorry. That was rude of me to catch the call. But like I said, I'm going to be heading to the Moriah soon. So I'll be bringing in more wisdom, more knowledge. So I'll be connecting with other chiefs from the land. Now, what I want to say to you is the vibration, so the connection. So language is the key. Language is something that was created by mankind, right? Based on vibrations, root words, things like, you know, democracy. Democracy, the root word is demon, crazy. So it's the whole world is running under dictatorship and like democracy. So where my passion of language comes through is, you know, making sense and like questioning everything that is happening in our current reality in the three dimension that a lot of people are living in, right? If we can start to question everything that is already existing now, then we are then able to shift to a fifth dimension. So like I was saying to you, the fifth dimension is all about love. It's all about connection. It's all about well-being. So imagine you living a life with a family where there is no discord. There is no illness, you know, there's no mental illness. There is no women that are unable to have children, you know. So this is what living in a third dimension is actually causing to humanity. And what is causing to women is to segregate themselves, or to segregate into, you know, to not integrate the feminine component of our soul, which is essential, right? The feminine is all about the creation, and you know, the creation, the sensuality, the creativity, the nurturing, right? The connection. It's all of that. So this is how language comes in, and I invite you as well to not only ponder to see what level in, you know, in what mood you are in when you wake up in the morning, and to start to ask yourself questions. So when you do feel fear, question as to where is that fear coming from? Where are the roots of fear? Is it real? Is fear real? Or is it something that is being imposed onto us? So my teachings, you know, help you to bring you back into your own center, and to connect you with your own guidance, your own inner guidance, and your feminine energy that can only help you to live a fruitful and pleasure-filled life, because it'll bring you to another dimension. It won't keep you on the third dimension, which is connected to fear. You know, and if you think about it, right, like, this is my view. People that have, I mean, we all have fears, right? But it's just a matter of how we manage that fear, because we've all been so influenced by this dictatorship, right? That is happening everywhere. I kind of lost my train of thought, but I guess it's just what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, fear. So if you have one root of fear, speaking in public, oh my God, my hair's like all over the place. Speaking in public, then the same level of fear, you may find that it shows up in so many other areas in your life, right? Many other areas in your life. So I just invite you, if you are, you know, open and willing and ready to expand your life, to expand and to increase the quality of your life, then it's a good time to really start to question everything that is going on inside of us, and everything that is happening around us, okay? Because that is going to be that's going to serve as guidance to us, right? So really observing what's going on, as opposed to being immediately sort of yes, like, involved. So I don't know how much sense this video is making to you, but yeah, so it's on the grounds of safety, how safe you are feeling. A lot of people are feeling unsafe because of the feminine distraction, the feminine energy that has been abused, repressed, not appreciated. So this is what a lot of leaders are coming forward to protect, to stand for. Is to bring forward, to help the rising of the feminine, and we are here to support each other, right? A lot of people put the dollar sign to it, the currency to it. It's not about the money, it's about the level of consciousness to get together and to raise ourselves to the fifth dimension. So more on this today. There was I did promise that I was going to be sharing tips every day, so I have been sharing little nuggets every day. Today was an invitation to ask yourself, you know, what mood you wake up in when you are up in the morning, when you get your feet on the ground and you're ready to start your day. What thoughts are you feeding your mind? Are they of fear, or are they of joy and pleasure and happiness? And to examine where the fear is coming from, where the roots of fear are, where are they coming from, and the roots of happiness as well. Okay, so just building awareness, and I think it's really about this, just kind of building awareness and bringing yourself always more to the awareness the awareness of what is happening, because it's not about repressing. It's not about repressing those negative emotions or negative thoughts that do come up. It's actually about seeing them and then knowing how to shift, right? So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Vanessa Mariano, and I'm Italian, and that's my background. I say that all the time because it's very important as part of my, who I am, and what I do and how I do things, and my belief systems and my values. So I, put that in all the time. So my background is a linguist, and I work as an interpreter. I'm a bridge for language barrier between 3 distinct cultures, where there's language barrier. And I also am a yogi at heart. So I live a lifestyle that I chose by my own design, because ever since I've been on the spiritual, journey, but I can say I feel that I have arrived. Not that it, arriving doesn't mean that you don't have anything more to learn. When you're arrived, it means that you're actually embracing everything that you are as you're evolving, yeah? So it's kind of like you're operating from a space of not of lack, where you haven't arrived, but you're really kind of like embracing the whole of yourself, and you are growing and flourishing with all your facets, right? Like the strengths and your weaknesses and everything. So, yeah, so I teach movements. There's, breath that is very, that helps us to reconnect to our body. So the idea is to drop from, what's going on in the mind, to drop back into our body, to feel, again, to start feeling, to start questioning, to start listening to what's going on with the body, as opposed to just follow dictatorship and follow rules and follow obligations and doing as we're told. It's really just about being truthful to your own soul and yourself. So I use a lot of breath methodologies and movements within the body. So I'm a dancer, and what's helped me to, I guess, deal with my isolation, with my trauma in the past, has been very much tied. It's very much tied to the things that I teach and that I bring forward to you. So it's writing. So it's through language. I've managed to heal myself and continue to heal myself, and also movement. So there's so much power that comes when you are using your body to, you embrace emotions with your body and you release emotions with your body and your breath. So I teach that, and I take you through the knowledge of our energetic channels. They're very important, where you don't have to spend thousands of dollars with healers left, right, and center, which is always overwhelming when it comes to do that. But what I do is I give you the tools that you can apply in your own life, and then you can then teach to your children, to your family, to your own clients, right? So everything I teach, it's all about having it be passed on as well, right? So that you can be in your body and you can live in wellness and in joy and in pleasure as well, right? So it's all about shredding off the layers of shame and guilt that stop you from living a pleasure-fulfilled life, which is what every woman deprive themselves of, because of the conditionings, because of the trauma, because of the rejection, because of the abandonment that we've lived through growing up, because our parents were influenced by their parents, and their parents were, survivors of the war, and, all different levels of hardship. So all of that has been passed on to us, and we are in an era where we have been called to sort of rise and to come forward and to bring to union the masculine, right, with the feminine. And that's why there's a lot of feminine movements that are happening, which doesn't mean it's not the soft, part. There's, definitely grace with the feminine, but there's also a level of strength with the assertiveness and the grace that comes with the feminine energy. And it's all tied to love. So that's why I always say bound to love, because everything that we do, when we are in the 5th dimension, when we reach the 5th dimension, when we use language consciously, when we use our body, right, as a vessel to guide us, right, with, through our intuition, we become I just lost my train of thought again just now. But what I'm trying to say is that when we use love, that's what holds us in that vibration that does bring into our life what it is that we are wanting, what we feel we are lacking. Helps us to reconnect, right? If there's disconnection if there's disconnection, if there's illness. So love is the medicine, and through love, time becomes open to you. So I do talk a lot about timeless awareness and language and timeless action, because everything becomes available to you to manage. You are no longer programmed. That chip that has led us, that has programmed us for so long in fear, where there is no roots to that. And that's why I invite to, always question where the fear is coming from, because there's no roots. You're just keeping it alive in the air, right? It's like control. So with love, and it doesn't mean that you walk around with wings on. It just simply means that you are actually very grounded, and you're very secure and safe and confident about who you are, which is the same feeling that came to me when I walked into the marae, and I felt very connected to my people, to my ancestors, to my land in Italy. And, I felt I was in New Zealand, I was on the other side of the world, but I felt that connection, that tribal, that genetic sort of coding of connection with, my homeland. And I realized, and there's going to be more, I'm going to be talking more about this, I feel, this is what I'm seeing. This is exactly what we've been missing. Every single one of us has been missing. It's this connection, this feeling that we have land, that we are standing on, something that is sustaining us, that is keeping us, that is helping us to feel safe and to feel strong. That's what's been deteriorated under our feet, right? And that's symbolic of the feminine and the earthly energy. So this is what this is what I connect with every day. This is my life, and this is what I want to share with you, and invite you to jump on board with me and to start to question things, to start to ask questions. Let's open the space to connect and to voice your fears and to voice your confusions. This is why we're here, because we all have them. And it's just clearer now as to, like, I can give something more tangible. It's, totally more clearer within my subconscious of what it is. So I just ask you to continue to bring yourself forward. And if you continue to see that energy of fear, taking over, to start to question that as well. Question it, bring it up. Why are you part of this group? What drew you to this group? What is the action behind, what is the reason behind your action? So I feel that there's a reason, and there's conversations that need to be, that we need to have. We need to be opening up. We need to be trusting ourselves enough to voice our fears. Not just about passively listening. It's about actually involving ourselves and actively, engaging to help ourselves and to help each other. Okay. So I'm going to go, because I've got somebody waiting for me. And I look forward to bringing more knowledge. If there's things that you don't understand, or something that makes you curious, I do also invite you to ask, because I'm very honored to answer your questions and to clarify anything that is not very clear. Whether it's, with things that I share, or whether it's, anything that may be going on in your life right now, and you're just wanting to get like a sounding board, or like wanting to get like a different perspective. But there's definitely going to be things happening on this group that is going to be bringing us together. And not everyone is going to be on the same level. However, I do target, well, I don't want to say target, but what I, my plan, my mission is to help women that are entrepreneurial, that are business, strong women, to help you to break down, or to break away from limiting beliefs and entanglements with family, dramas and addiction patterns, right? And a lot of it comes through like comparison syndrome, perfectionism, workaholism, working too much, maybe food, alcohol, all this sort of thing. So with bringing through this connection and this wisdom, and these tools that you can use to come back into your body and to start feeling again, you can use every day. You can create a ritual. I can help you to put a ritual together that you can be in honor every day of doing, that is going to help you to live from a different space in a different dimension. Okay, so lots of love, and I look forward to seeing you and to talking to you again very soon. Okay, bye for now.